Yeah, yo. I'll finish thing, man. Let me take a look at my SEO right quick. Make sure I'm straight before we get kicked off. Y'all come on in here, man, and get you a seat. We got good news, man. We got good news you can use, man. Come on in here and get you a seat. Yeah. I got all my SEO taken care of. So we looking good. We looking good to go. And we back live on the Trillgear.biz, man. And we coming with a natural trill reaction to a dope movie I checked out. I'm pretty sure some of y'all done seen it already. But we gonna talk about it. You know I'm talking about. Get on in here. Cool with me if you're cool with me. What time is it? It's 7:30. It's time for the Trillgear.biz. You know what I'm talking about? And we finna get into it. We're talking about a dope movie, man. Surviving Compton. Michel'le. Dr. Dre. Suge Knight. Say, I wasn't even gonna check it out at first. I wasn't even gonna watch it at first, you know what I mean? But I'm glad I did. You know what I mean? I'm glad I did. And shout out to my player partner, Claymaker, with the dope tracks, keeping me laced on the Trillgear.biz. I got me a little Long Island tea. Homemade. That's good. That's good. Well, we're gonna get started. Without further ado, we're gonna get started. Well, yeah. We're gonna get off into it. Like I said, we're talking about the movie Surviving Compton. Michel'le, Dr. Dre, and Suge Knight. It looked like it was the Michel'le story. And I seen it come on a little while back, but I wasn't interested in watching it. I don't know what I was going through at that moment, but I was like, man, I don't want to see that, you know what I mean? And I told my lady friend to turn it. But it came back across my desk. And she said she wanted to check it out. So I said, you know what? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. And I'm glad we did. Because when I think about it, back in my day, Michel'le was very popular. Back in my day, Michel'le was very popular. With the tiny little baby voice, but the very strong, soulful, powerful voice she had as a singer. I actually had a homegirl with the same makeup, same skin tone, same hazel greenish eyes, and also had a baby voice. You know what I mean? That's just on the side note. Yeah, that's just on the side note. And also on the side note, let me say this here. I was fortunate enough to go to one of Ruthless Records studios in LA and meet Eazy-E's son. You know what I mean? me, Pimp, and Bub, and Big Gip. Yeah, I think Big Gip was with us. Me, Pimp, Bub, Big Gip, and I forgot who else was with us. But we were able to go to one of Ruthless Records studios. That's just on the side note. Now back to the movie I'm talking about. Yeah, man, Surviving Compton, Michel'le, Dr. Dre, and Suge Knight. Now, once I got off into it, I was locked in because back in the day, NWA, you know what I mean, Easy E, in that whole camp right there, Ice Cube, DJ Yella, Ren, you know what I mean? Everybody was up on that, you know what I mean? DOC, you know what I mean? Then later on came Pac, so forth and so on. But everybody was up on that movement. It was gangster music. It was in, man, you know what I mean? So most definitely it resonated with me. And I remember when they introduced Michel'le. Michel'le had some big records that transcended to the South and beyond and kind of empowered ladies during that time. I would say ladies during that time who maybe had the makeup of the darker brown skin, the hazel eyes, and the baby voices. They were able to be sought after Michel'le touched down. You know, at first people thought, hey man, what is that? Sound like Mickey Mouse. But when she went to singing, hold up, man. Come on, man. Everybody wanted to hear her, you know what I mean? So, you know, just like any kind of influential person, it introduces a common person who may have that same makeup to the people that's already, it reintroduces them. But yeah, as we get off into the story is very, very good as it comes on. She's an innocent young lady working at a clothing store or whatever, and she meet an individual that's down with Dre now. So as she meet him, he introduces her to the concept of coming to the studio. And when she go to the studio, they blown away. They feeling like, hey man, she can't, man. I'm pretty sure that little voice she got, she ain't gonna be able to do nothing. But as she get off in the booth, man, they are blown away, man. So yeah, man, I was happy for her. I was like, man, this is it. So this how she met the camp, so forth and so on. So as things progress, it come to be like, okay, boom, they all got an eye on her, but Dr. Dre, he moving on it. And I didn't know their story. So as I looked at it and as it progressed, and it got to some points that I really didn't appreciate. When it got to these certain points in the movie, I could be honest with you, it broke my heart. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, that's why I'm not sitting up here just spilling my guts, saying the whole thing. I'm going bits and particles beating around the bush so you can go see it yourself. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just giving you my reaction. So as the movie progresses and things start to go on and they get more popular, Dr. Dre and Michel'le become a couple or item. But as she become an item in the couple with Dre, she realized that he has a lot going on. He has multiple kids, so forth and so on. That's what's depicted in the movie. I don't know what the truth is. All I know is I'm just a fan. I'm in the blind. I'm in the dark. And I'm watching a film. And I'm entertained. And I'm sucked in because now my damn heart is feeling some kind of way because I'm looking at Polar Michel'le. Polar Michel'le. Her character was played by a beautiful young lady by Ryan. I believe that's how you say her name. Ryan Nicole Brown. And she did a very good job. Tremendous job as Michel'le. And Michel'le shows up in the film narrating, you know what I mean, with that same little baby voice. Yeah, but as the film progressed, man, it goes to show where domestic violence is really rampant in the relationship of Dr. Dre and Michel'le. And it shows that Dre just really don't respect the relationship. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but this is what the movie depicts. And I'm thinking, like I said, this is Michel'le's story. She said she wasn't pretty much a part of the NWA because that was their story. She said, but this is her story. So what she shows is her, I guess, guardian in the beginning telling her, you know, that it's okay that a man beat on a woman. And poor thing, I don't know where she got that from. She told that little baby that sometime, you know, a man just need to put them things on his old lady, bro. I looked at my old lady like, no, that ain't right. That ain't right, bro. So as the movie, goes on, they get more popular, and they show Easy E, Ice Cube, all them, and Jerry Heller, and then comes in Suge Knight, and they have a guy playing Pac. I almost was like, man, I ain't with that when I seen the Pac character, but then I seen, some of the similarity, and I got off of all that, and I just appreciated the film. So when Pac came in, yeah, 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 like I said, I was almost like, man, but I just kept on watching. But as the movie progressed, it shows Dre just being very aggressive, and they say, he sent out a statement saying that it wasn't true in real life, but on the movie, what I mean, she depict Dre just like violently putting them hands on the man, and I was so sucked into the movie, man. I felt some kind of way. I felt some kind of way. That's how good the movie was. I was heartbroken because how could, and we all have been there, how could a black male manipulate and try and destroy a black female? But I don't know, man. I ain't gonna get all, what I'm saying, touchy feely, man, because I don't know if it's true. It's just a movie, man, that I really enjoyed. But she felt some kind of way about Dre to where she loved him, to where she just felt like, hey, man, go ahead and kick my ass. Yeah, if you need to kick my ass, go ahead. Fuck it, I love you. But she started to realize that shit, that wasn't what's up. You know what I mean? And after a while, she came up out of it. Another thing I didn't know, why she had kind of disappeared off the music scene back in the day. And another thing I also didn't know, that she also had a baby for Dr. Dre and a baby for Suge Knight. You'll find this out later on in the film. Um, I did wonder back in the day, why did she disappear? And I didn't know that she had a drug and alcohol problem. And she showed that. She showed a lot of things in the film that she has no shame about, and that's what make the story so believable. Because there's certain things in the film that she showed that she could have left out, but she showed you. She displayed that she had a problem with drugs and alcohol. She said at one point she would self-medicate like that so she would feel numb to the beatings. And that's sad, man. That's sad. If that's true, if that is true, that is super sad, man. But overall, she was wooed by Suge Knight and won over. But later on down the line, he come putting big hand on her too. That's what the film say. He come putting big foot in her ass too. You know what I mean? And it seemed like she just trapped. Poor little talented Michel'le. The movie depicts that she just trapped in this circle of violence by these iconic rappers and CEOs and moguls. It's a very good film. I would suggest anyone I know from that culture, or just anyone who may be involved in a circumstance or situation like that, to you go ahead and pull it up on Netflix and check it out. Again, Ryan Nicole Brown, she did a great job as Michel'le, and again, Michel'le drops in and out of the film at the same time. Now, the casting of the movie, I believe that the guy that they casted as Dr. Dre, they hit it spot on. I liked it. I liked that character, the way he acted. I didn't like the abuse. I swear I didn't like the abuse. The character that they used for Easy E, y'all could have got Easy Son again. You know what I mean? Now the Ice Cube character, that was cool, so forth and so on. The Suge Knight character, I believe he's played Suge before, and I actually like that guy. I don't know his name. I'll be looking for him more in future films. But I believe he's played Suge previously, and he's a great actor, and he did very well. He kind of looked like a combination of me and my little brother put together. You know what I mean? He's a believable Suge Knight. But I would give the film five out of five trio stars. I would give the film 5 for 5. You know what I mean? I give it 5 for 5. It wasn't cheaply done. It wasn't rushed. It was a pretty good film. Now, what it did remind me of, just basically domestic violence by young adults. When you get young adults together and they're not maturing fast enough mentally. That does take place. I've been a part of it. A lot of us have been a part of it. Somebody right now is in a situation just like that. Somebody right now is getting slapped the shit out of, beat the shit out of, and they don't know what to do. Best thing to do is get up out of that shit. Try to get up out that shit as fast as you can. Because nobody deserves that, especially when it's a black man handing that back down to a black woman. That's straight up trash, man. That's straight up trash. When I was a kid, I can't deny it. I did it. But I had to heal myself. I had to fix inside of here what was going on. And I discovered that it was a learned behavior. And I was very immature. I didn't know how to communicate. All I knew is once I reached a certain boiling point, I had no more verbal skills to continue. I turned into an animal. I hit. And that's most of the time what's happening with young adults. Even some older adults perpetuate this way. They're physical because they can't think of the next thought. You know what I mean? What's the next best move? What's the next best thought? We're programmed to react physically and become violent. Unfortunately, I saw this way take place from my mother. Communication would be in an uproar. It would be verbal assault thrown at each other. And then it'd get quiet. And then I would see her bite her lip and clench her fist and, you motherfucker. And she'd strike. And seeing that so much that it became a part of me and I didn't even know. I started reacting just like her. When my verbal skills couldn't go beyond, you motherfucking bitch. You know what I mean? But I fixed that early on. And I apologize to any woman that I may have put my hands on. I really mean it. I really mean it. Because after that, I ain't never did it no more. Now, don't get me wrong, man. Some of these hard-headed hoes, man, you know what I mean? But no, man, we don't move like that. And I hope that is just, you know what I'm saying, entertainment. I hope, and if it, ain't, I hope them boys, understand that was wrong. And anybody, like I said, might be going through something like that, man. Immediately, I don't know why you staying. You got to get out. You got to get out because sometimes them punches and them kicks may turn into something a little bit more deadly, man. Your kids, anybody involved, you yourself, ma'am, you don't have to deal with that. Be strong enough to get out. Get away from that. The quicker you get away from that, hey, man, the quicker you can start healing and pray that individual who's delivering them blows come to his senses and arrive at a mature level to understand that ain't the way. You know what I mean? Come to his understanding that is not the way. And even you who may come by this video, if you hear my words, please understand that is not the way. Especially as brothers dealing with our sisters. Back in the day, as younger adults, we manipulated our sisters. We didn't understand why.
Power off.
Go ahead now. We didn't understand why. We were imitating our older siblings, our older friends, and they put it in our minds that we supposed to play these women. We supposed to treat these women like this. We supposed to objectify these women. When you showed up in the hood, your more mature peers, your peer group or beyond, they wanted to know your body count. They wanted to know how many women did you sleep with. You're a kid. You don't even know what they're talking about. They should have been feeding you some more information away from corrupting you with sex, drugs, alcohol, this and that. But in the hood, sometime around the wrong crowd, it's just not like that. They're not going to promote you to becoming better at anything. They're gonna promote you to being the most corrupt version of yourself, and they're gonna reward you and applaud you for that. And that is ass backwards, because that's what's seeing these young adults and these young kids to the penitentiary fast as a motherfucker. And that's what sent them to the clinic fast as a motherfucker. And they going not for a toothache, they going for the STD. They going to get that big old bag of that them cheap ass rubbers they give away. They going to the clinic to get that shot. You did. They going to get that shot. They going to get them pills because they leaking. You know what I mean? But that's what we do in the hood. We don't teach the right thing. We don't walk up to our brothers and hand them a bag of fruit. Nah. You be all kind of bitch ass, hoe ass, man, this weak ass bitch ass gave that nigga some walnuts and some, like they used to give us for Christmas, like Grandma and them used to give us for Christmas. They call it a fruit basket, but it was a brown paper bag with an apple and an orange in it and some peppermints and some walnuts in it, you know what I mean? And them strawberry candies. It was a fruit basket. Walk in the hood and give your partner one of them to see how they react. Bitch ass nigga, what wrong with you? You know what I mean? But that's just how it is. So, man, we grow up and we don't know how to treat ladies. We introduce them to different things because they know, hey, man, they might be a little naive. You just as dumb as her. You know what I mean? And she might like you. And because she like you, you're going to play all these dumbass games that you learn from some dumbass dude. You know what I mean? And now you just corrupting the little circle of people that you deal with. So I'm not going to get too much into detail because we all done been there. We all know what it's about. But when you think back about it, it was trash. The conduct was very trashy. Let me ask you this. Now that you have reached a age where you may have young daughters, young nieces, would you like for them to be a part of the bullshit you used to do? Think about it. The game don't change, just the players and coaches. So think about it. Now that we have of age and we have younger daughters and nieces, would you like them to meet younger individuals who are like you once were? You dread that shit. You dread that shit. I had a nightmare the other day. I had a nightmare. My daughter 14. You know what I mean? She's 14. And I had a nightmare. We better start putting out the right energy out there, man. We better start putting the right energy out there, man. But yeah, go ahead and check out that movie, man. You know what I mean? Surviving Compton, Michel'le, Dr. Dre, and Suge Knight. I give it a 5 for 5 Trillgear stars. I enjoyed it, and I think you would too. I'm your boy, Hezeleo. This has been another Trill reaction on that movie. Yeah, you thought I was going to come through here for a long time. Now, I ain't here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time, man. It's the Trill Cast. I'm out. Now, hey, before I go, man, let me tell y'all something, man. Fool with me because y'all cool with me. Say, man, a couple of them videos didn't call the algorithm, man. Yeah, the algorithm came, a couple of them videos, grabbed their bags and jumped on. So we going to enjoy the ride. But y'all stay up. Know I'll be coming. It's KOR, baby. When you see, hey, them schedules, when you see them premiere, hey, man, y'all come do what y'all do, man. I'm out.